What's happening YouTube? This is Sac2uneak and you're watching Try This at Home. Today we're going to place this beast of a tweeter onto this panel. To do so, I'll be using this ring, which is part of the mounting hardware that came with the tweeter. Since the tweeter is so deep, I'll need to cut into the panel later, being careful not to remove the mounting clip. Let's tape off the tweeter and mark the top dead center using a Sharpie. This is necessary because there is writing on the grill which will be visible. Using 80 grit sandpaper, sand the body of the tweeter. Also sand the top, bottom, and outer edges of the mounting ring, leaving the inside alone. Next, we're going to trim some plastic feet in various sizes. These are going to be used as stands to get the height and direction of the tweeter mount. We'll be using cyanoacrylate glue, also known as CA glue, with the activator. You can find these in hobby shops. You can use super glue or gorilla glue just as long as it states cyanoacrylate. We're going to glue the feet and the ring onto the panel. When that's done, reinforce the ring using mixing sticks or something similar. You may use hot glue to reinforce, but remember, you may have to remove these feet later. Test fit your project. Make sure you're happy with the position and that you have clearance by the dash and A-pillars. We're going to sand down the edges of this project with 80 grit and cut a piece of grill cloth large enough to cover the area. I'll be gluing the ring before the outsides because I may have a problem with the cloth sticking here.
And sustainer of all the world.
Being careful not to glue the insides, pull the cloth tightly and glue along the ring. Now we move to the edges while pulling the cloth tightly, trying to avoid wrinkles whenever possible. Instead of resin, we're going to use CA glue to harden the grill cloth into a plastic-like shell. Using a razor, cut out the opening.
He is the creator and sustainer of all the worlds. Whether those worlds are known or unknown to mankind.
Dremel the supports out if they will be in the way, being careful not to go all the way through. Dremel an opening into the panel, being very careful not to damage the panel clip.
He is the creator and sustainer of all the worlds.
Now we test fit the tweeter. Upon completion, we'll be gluing the tweeter around this area.
He is the creator and sustainer of all the worlds.
Test fit once again. Sand the panel down with 80 grit, just enough to make the Bondo grab, then clean it off. This is how you measure how much hardener you need for the Bondo. And done. Oh boy, I apologize for not being in frame here. However, Bondo the panels so that you have a nice fluid and straight flow. We're going to sand this down with 80 grit and then go over it once again with 200 grit. Okay, I did one last test fit. Now I'm going to build these paint stands using mixing sticks. I'm using paint that matches the interior of my vehicle. Most automotive paint supply shops can use an interior panel as a color reference. Then they can put it into an aerosol can to make things easier for you. Since I'll be painting this project, I've used what's called high build primer, found in automotive paint stores, and sanded it down with 600 grit and cleaned it thoroughly. Using the custom paint, you want to stay at least 6 inches away from the project and sweep in a dusting motion. If you end up with runs on your project, I recommend sanding it down with 600 grit and spraying another coat. I would recommend at least 2 coats for this project. Put the tweeter into the finished pod using plastic weld or hot glue. Here's an example from a panel I've done previously. And here's all your hard work paid off. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.